we got a gar that we caught out at the local creek. It's about a good three footer. First thing you want to do, spray them off really good. This guy's got a lot of oil on them, a lot of grease. Makes it really hard to clean these guys. You're going to spray every last little bit that you got on them. Clean all of it off. Got to make sure you get almost every little scale until they're totally clean. All that mud, all that dirt that you got from throwing them up on the bank and breaking their neck. Looks like he's pretty clean, doesn't it? Throw him up on your tailgate. Now we're going to grab this back little fin. It's pretty much the only part you want to start from. Start here. Take you a good sharp knife. And you want to kind of cut down in a downward motion. You're going to hold him there with the pliers if you can.
Okay, no.
You can't? Alright.
Hold that fin with the pliers. That fin that you're holding, hold that with the pliers.
Grab a hold of them any way you can. Just kind of want to cut up the backbone there. Now with the big ones, it's a little bit easier than it is the smaller ones. But you just want to take them right up the back. Just keep going down in a downward motion. Straight at that backbone. You can kind of see that line right there. Just keep going straight up that back. Good solid hard strokes until you kind of get it up to the front. If you have to, take another good whack at it, take it off. Get another little grip on it. No matter if you take a little bit of meat off the back, it ain't gonna hurt nothing at all. Because all your meat's gonna be right here along this side right here. Just keep hacking on it until you get up to his head. Take you a good sharp fillet knife.
It's the wrong end. Did you cut your hand?
Yeah, a little bit. If you're right-handed like me, best thing to do is start left-handed. With the head at the right, tail at the left. Just cut straight down along those scales. Just kind of take that fillet knife, make sure it's good and sharp. And ain't gonna work too good if it ain't sharp. Just do it like you would any other fish. Take it straight down along the side. Turn that a little bit so you can see it. Comes off real nice and easy, just as long as you got a good sharp knife. Go up along all those scales. And you just kind of keep filleting it all the way down. Now you gotta kind of watch whenever you get down near the guts, because sometimes that's just a little bit tricky. You don't want to hit the guts because you don't want to get that in the meat. All your meat's right here along this backbone. You don't want to get any of those guts up there in that meat at all. Alright, now we got that peeled down all the way. So that separates pretty good. Got a nice, good little pink meat in there. You want to feel for your backbone. It's just like any other fish. The only thing is these guys have a lot of cartilage. Right here, it's nothing but backbone. Feel for that backbone. And you do it just like any other fish. Take it straight up. Start filleting it. And you can kind of hear that ripple effect. And it doesn't matter how long these guys have been dead. They're still going to twitch, they're still going to jerk. It's just how they are. You hear that ripple effect that I have in there. That ain't nothing but those rib bones. Don't worry if you leave a little bit of meat. That's just a little bit of that cartilage that's in there. You ain't losing nothing at all. If it's a big enough fish, you're going to have plenty of meat to deal with anyway. You just keep flaying down. Along the back side, you can pretty much go straight down, and then you can feel it. Get almost to the guts, and it's time to actually start cutting through it. You see those guts right there? Time to actually start cutting through the meat. You already cut that all the way through. Cut that right there. Now you got something to hang on to. Then you just take the tip of your knife, take it just like filleting anything else. Right along those rib bones, you'll hear it ripple. If you feel a bone, don't worry about it. You can just kind of pull back and cut just off just a little bit of meat. It ain't gonna hurt you too much, especially with something this big. And there you go. There's your good back strap off of a gar. Wash that off really good with a hose. Have a nice, pretty, almost looks like salmon. Good little piece of meat, good little fillet right there. That's enough to feed 2 people for about a half a day. And we've still got another half to do. Turning back around. This side's easier if you're right-handed. For me it is anyway. Just kind of cut along that scale just like you did before. Make sure you hang on to them though, because like I said, they still twitch and they still move. no matter how long they've been dead. Don't try to fall off the end of your truck or whatever you're working on. Sometimes it does get a little hard down in there, but once you find it, just cut along those scales. You can get that up close right here. Just take that right along those scales, just like that. See how it kind of peels apart. Just kind of comes right off of there. That's what gives you those good little fillets. Almost like skinning a deer or a pig, if you've ever done that. And like cutting the bubbles on a deer or a pig or cow. But if you've ever filleted a fish, you know what it's like cutting the bones, cutting on the scales. It's the same thing. Just kind of peels right off of there. Once again, find that backbone. It's a little bit harder up here near the head, but you feel for it. Doesn't matter if you leave just a little bit. That's just some cartilage that you're not going to end up eating later on. Feel for those bones. Just come straight back. You're going to cut into the meat just a little bit. Don't worry about it. It's still going to taste all the same anyway. These guys have just a little bit of a shrimp smell. It kind of, sometimes, depending on where you catch it from, just a little bit of a dirty smell whenever you clean them. But once you cook them up, you ain't going to be able to tell the difference. This is going to be some of the best fish you ever ate. I screwed that one up right there, but it's alright. Just cut down into it. Get past those bones. You can kind of see those bones right there. You can see just a few little lines in them. There and there. You can see all those little lines in them. You just kind of want to follow those lines. Just like filleting any other fish. Just kind of take the tip of your blade. You gotta make sure it's sharp. If it ain't sharp, it ain't gonna do you no good at all. This guy's still talking to me. Probably why he was twitching a little bit earlier. It's always just a little bit easier on that left side if you're right-handed. Don't know why, but it is. Once again, take your hose, rinse off your meat. Got a nice, good piece of gar fillet that almost looks like salmon, but tastes 100 times better. That's what you end up with. Gar are very bloody. If you get them in the right spot, they bleed quite a bit, but if you get them just right, you get all the meat off that back strap and nothing left but ribs and guts. That's all you got to do to fillet a gar.